Hey, my mic's on this time.
Nice.
So, we were talking about how our show, because we're the only Portland, Oregon show that podcast that actually shows what we're doing. Because yes, we do. Like sometimes when you say things and you have like your facial expressions.
Oh, you're saying we're the only ones that actually record our podcasts?
Yeah.
Everyone else, yeah, I guess to some degree, yeah. I don't know. I don't keep up too much with the
we're
Portland.
different.
We are different.
We go against the grain.
There you go.
Yeah, like that.
I love it.
So we're not gonna able to put this on film just yet because your boy Robert out here working real hard. I'm the captain of the Sunny right now, but all I gotta say is it's not gonna make it to film. But we gotta talk about this Will Smith shit.
Yeah, you want to start with that?
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about the Will Smith situation.
Yeah. All right. Start it, please.
Okay, so a while ago, Jada Hendricks, built this dynamic thing called the Red Table Talk. It's on Facebook, viewable on Facebook. I would say Red Table Talk was did it come out like 2 years ago?
I have no idea.
We'll say like 2-3 years ago. We can hop on our phones.
Yeah, I know. I'm pulling it up real quick because I'm trying to see where this was posted to.
Yeah, it was posted to Facebook, but let's say Red Table Talk has been around for 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
What makes the Red Table Talk so unique and different is, I believe, is Jada Pinkett Smith, Willow Smith, and then they call her Grandma or whatever. So pretty much Jada's mom, and they're on it, and they talk about these like tough discussions.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say a lot of people like it is because one, Will and Jada's marriage at that time was relationship goals. Was goals. And like I would say they've had a lot of difficult conversations with a lot of different people when the whole Tristan Thompson thing. I'm trying to think who else they brought on. Like Will, they brought on like a lot of different things, and like a lot of people have opened up to them. And I like how they structured their show. What are you familiar with Red Table Talk?
Nothing about it.
Nothing.
I know nothing about it up until this.
Okay, so
the only reason I knew about what happened now is because of TikTok. People made a lot of TikToks about it, so then I was like, all right, I'll look into this. And yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't know anything about it until now.
Okay. I'm adjusting my mic, so hopefully it's not too fuzzy on this end. But all right, fix that. So there's been so much speculation about if Will, Jada was in a swinging type relationship.
Yeah, I heard something about them having like an open-ish relationship. I don't know anything about that really.
Mm-hmm. So I believe when they very first came out with the very first Red Table Talk, they had Will on there and they were talking about like rumors and then like how they have a life partnership and all that other stuff. And like people were like, oh, this is so innovative. That's so cool. And like people always question what's life partnership. And what does that mean to you, Mr. Saucy? What's a life partnership instead of it being called a marriage?
I mean, I don't know. To me, shouldn't mean anything else. Like, a life partner is the person that you spend your life with, the person you want to, essentially spend your life with. But saying, like, you're a life partner with someone sounds a lot less romantic in my opinion. It sounds a lot more like you were forced to stay together.
Okay, that's gonna go into my rant. All right, so
because it's like I would think of like an arranged couple, for example. Those are life partners.
But our Western ideas romanticize love so much.
Yeah, I do think it is over romanticized.
Okay,
a little bit, but why not? I mean, life is shitty if you just think of everything like analytically.
Okay. So they had this speculation, and then they were talking about they don't swing and all this other stuff, and like people let it go. But then there's some things that came up, and our man
August.
Kind of speculated that him and Jada had a thing, but like they totally denounced it. And then recently, he was promoting a fucking album. I don't care what no one was saying. Like, come on. Like, there's no point or benefit of you releasing that. You know, granted, my guy was fucking sick, and, you know, I ain't gonna wish ill on that nigga, but all I gotta say is he only said this shit because he was promoting an album.
Yeah. Isn't he also friends with Jaden Smith?
No, Jaden introduced his mom to him.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's worse off.
That's a bit fucky.
Yo, like, I just want to go straight into, like, the Will stuff, but it's just kind of like, I have to do the run through just in case somebody doesn't know. But if you're into popular culture, if you're on the show, you should already fucking know what's going on. But anywho, so recently, in an interview with Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club, him and her and August sat down, and he was like, I can die happy now. You know, I knew what true love was, and me and Jada had a relationship.
Interesting.
And like he was totally for her and all this other stuff. And he also said that Will gave him his blessing and all this other stuff. And there was no like fucking contact. And then recently, like a couple days ago, Will and Jada had their red table talk. So I think we're almost done, and I know I'm doing a shitty job of like fucking explaining everything.
No, you're doing fine.
But no, everyone should already fucking know this already. So they get there on the red table because she says she's bringing herself to the table, and then they start talking, and we finally figure out bits and pieces of their relationship, and we find that they separate. And during the separation, Jada wanted some young peen, and that young peen was connected for one of those months at the end of the month. You know, at the end, that dog, and her and August had a relationship while her and Will were quote unquote on a break. And
interesting.
Will, now we're fucking in this shit, man. Yo, let's talk about how women low-key, when they're in the wrong,
they're not in the wrong.
They're not in the wrong.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're about to get canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had some entangled words, entangled thoughts. The word heard around the world. What do you feel about this, Cos? Do you feel like I'm off with this shit?
No, I mean,
do you think she was entangled with August, or was she?
So like, I don't know. If Will cheats, you know, he's a scumbag. He's worthless. He's a typical male. If Jada cheats, you know, Will wasn't there for her. She didn't get the pleasure she needed, or you know, the emotional fulfillment she needed, and it just plays back in that stereotype that only men aren't allowed to cheat. More women get passed for it, and I don't know. Listen to that red table talk. It was a lot of 12 minutes of her not really saying anything, which is what pissed me off. And if you read the comments, it's exactly what they say in the comments too. It's like she just circled around the topic. Will sat there, tears in his eyes, looking like
our white knight. Leave him alone.
Looking like he was gonna have a fucking allergy attack. Just laughing but crying on the inside.
So we're gonna try to take this interview down one by one. So here's my theory, and this is what no one's talking about. So I feel, because everyone's like, oh, they had an open relationship and all this other stuff. I feel at the beginning of their relationship, they didn't. and then things got stale, and then they were like, what do you feel about introducing people into, like, not swinging, but it's kind of like there are some people who want to have a relationship where, like, oh, we want to bring this guy in, we want to bring this girl in just as an instrument for sex.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I don't see that as swinging. I don't see that as or what's the other one?
Gangbang
Or something like that. Yeah. Something like that, where it's kind of like, I don't see that as like swinging or anything like that, because you're bringing this person in to enhance or to like take you guys' sex life to another level. So I feel then after that, like seriously after that, some shit happened in like Relationship Town, right? Where I'm pretty sure like Will's probably had some, some poom poom. Jada probably had some peen, not as much as Will, but like there was like that openness to talk, right? I feel like when they started going through that rupture through the relationship, they really had an agreement where it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to take my space and time to find happiness. You're going to take your time and space and time happiness. And I felt like that pass that they were giving each other was not included in that. Because if you look at Will, right? Because I don't think he's mad that him and Jada, not him and Jada, yeah, Jada and Og had sex. It's, I believe, in that environment, what they created, that time frame of like them taking space to find quote unquote happiness, and we'll get into happiness. She had sex with someone else and then had a whole blown relationship, because if you see his reaction, he was like, you got into a relationship because you were telling him that you weren't happy. You were doing all this other shit. So, am I off?
I don't think so. I mean, it's from our perspective, it's all speculations.
Thousand.
But no, I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's just based off of the way like Will reacted, the way he looked during the interview. You could tell it like didn't sit well with the guy.
Caught off guard.
He was caught off guard, which I feel like that probably wouldn't have happened if they had like a established agreement, like you're speculating they did earlier in their relationship. But yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't an open relationship. It was like, oh, you trying to dick down Eva Vangloria? I butchered her name, but that's the thing.
Eva Longoria.
There we go. After Hitch. Oh yeah, I did that. Because you weren't there, but it's all
after
right.
Hitch.
It's all right though, because I'm coming back to you. And then like, yeah. So pretty much during this break, I feel like while they were trying to find themselves, they weren't trying to find each other in other peen and poom pooms, and I think that's the thing that caught him off guard. And then on top of that, I'm gonna give him that Hail Mary. I'm gonna give him that Hail Mary. I think Jada still wasn't over Tupac either, in the sense of, I believe Willow, I don't know if this is true or not, was writing letters to this
yeah, I saw something like Willow said like Tupac's her real dad or some shit like that. Like I don't. Just some weird shit like that.
And all that stuff goes.
Wait, Jada dated Tupac, or she was with Tupac?
There was some.
Did not know that.
There was some.
Did not know that.
And it was a whole shit show. But here's the thing that we're not talking about when it comes to this situation. I feel, even though I feel like Will has stepped out in relationships sexually, but approved, hall pass, and Jada has stepped out besides Og, approved, with hall pass.
Okay.
Oh fuck, I lost my thought. Yo. Oh fuck, I lost my thought. No, approved. Yeah. It is like, damn it, I fucking hate it. Oh no, I lost.
You forgot it?
I forgot. I think it's gonna come back to me.
It'll come back.
I guess I want to get out the thought of finding happiness, right? She was saying that she was unhappy, right? And she said that she needed this time to like figure that out, and what that means versus a woman versus a man, right? And I feel like when women say that they're unhappy, right? Or just say she was trying to find her happiness, like what does that mean to you when you hear your girl or a mate's girl and they're like, I'm not happy, or I'm trying to find my happiness,
and they're like in a relationship?
Yeah.
I think that means that they're just having second thoughts about where it's going. I think they're thinking about all the other opportunities, all the other people they could be seeing, what their life would look like in other scenarios. So like I kind of get that feeling a little bit of being like, what else is out there? But if you are truly happy with that person, I feel like having that thought is less common or less likely.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Because like she was definitely dancing around the entanglement trapture of like saying like, see, I don't think she was talking about like, I think there's another thing people get mistake too as well. I don't think she was talking about Will's penis size, but that could be, I don't know. But it's just kind of like she was just talking about purely like figuring out what she wanted. And like what she was saying that she finally figured out that through after getting D down that it wasn't that. And oh fuck yeah, now I remember what we're talking about.
Okay.
Now it's coming back, folks. Oh, what we're not talking about is fucking Jada taking advantage of Will's concept of family, of being there, of you're going to be in this side of the house, you're going to be in the other side of the house, and we're going to make it work. Because look back at Will Smith's family. Like, he's always, wanted this strong family unit. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Jada took advantage of, like, that's where he's at, or that's what he wants in his life. Because you think about his dad, if you think about his last marriage, you think about his son from the previous marriage, where, like, Will Smith has always been, like, his quote about I'm the brick by brick guy.
Yeah.
I
know that quote, yeah. No, what do you mean by separation in their house? Like, I don't get that. What, they each have their own space? Or
yeah, so Jada said in the 17. Jada said in one of the Red Table Talks, leading into like the life partnership thing, where like, oh, no matter what, you're gonna be in that side of the house, I'm gonna be on this side of the house, and we're gonna be in that sucker together, because he built that house for her. But like my like philosophy of like when she was saying like we're gonna be in this no matter what, is like I don't want to be like I'm on the other side of the house and I mean my Raisin Bran, you come down and you're like, oh, my back hurts. I'm like, what happened? Oh, I blew my back out upstairs.
I see. Oh, interesting.
It's just like I just can't be with that stuff. But I think 110% that we're not talking about is she took advantage of Will's concept of family and how Will wants to, be in this for long, because this is his second marriage, man.
Mm-hmm. I have a conspiracy.
Okay.
Maybe Will knew what was going on the whole time, because they had that open relationship, and he took this opportunity to kind of go up on the Red Table Talk and make himself look like the victim. So, because Will Smith, let's be honest, him, Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart not as much anymore, LeBron James, these all have fantastic PR teams. They all know what they're doing in the public's eye and the public opinion. What if Will went up there to make himself look like the victim?
He don't want this shit. He's got songs.
Come on, man. His last 2, 3, 4 movies have been all shit shows.
Bombs. You mean to tell me he wants this public? He wants this public
Gemini Man.
He wants this public execution of Black Twitter, everyone else. Why no one wants their relationship to be like publicly gutted like that? Where it's kind of like now
maybe he needs an excuse to get out.
Yeah, Will Smith is doing fine. Get the fuck out.
Hey man, it's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, right. Conspiracy theory. Never mind. Yeah, right. So,
just like the movies he's in, he writes the story, and that's why there was shit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's definitely not you. Yeah, my wife's getting D'd down by my neighbor. Hello, guys. and I'm fine with this. No, you're not. Would you be fine with that? Something like that?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell no.
What are you talking about? It's a conspiracy theory.
No, I'd break the guy's teeth in. But hey, but he's the one that wanted the open relationship.
It wasn't an open relationship.
Or maybe, this is all, smoke to get away from the fact that it might come out that he's been with a lot of women.
But she'd okayed it. I don't think he's been with a lot of women. It's just kind of like we don't talk about in our culture, or it's kind of like when women are wrong, they'll just be really nice to you. Or they'll say some very colorful words where like, it's not cheating. I was just doing jump rope on the D.
He fell on me.
Or I wasn't at his house. I was astral projection.
Jesus.
I was sleeping at his house because it was closer to my job.
I was too tired to come home.
Exactly. I was too tired to come home. You don't want me to drink and drive, right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Hey, maybe it is that. I don't know. This is the fact that they put this out in the world is really weird. I think it's like TMI a little bit.
It's not.
That might be what the whole red table thing is about. But me personally, as a human, I don't care what you and your family do. If your husband cheats on you, if your wife cheats on you, it's juicy for like a couple of seconds, but I don't really need to know.
I think this is relevant because, man, this was the Fresh Prince. Nobody gets the Fresh Prince, And like Will has been so iconic in our times where it's kind of like when he passes, like I wouldn't be surprised if every fucking country has a Will Smith Day.
We'll definitely get like a statue or something.
By that 110%.
Yeah.
Will's definitely getting something. Mm-hmm. Because that's how like iconic he is. And like we'll just look at Will on the internet because let's just say this. His movies and stuff maybe right now.
The last couple. Yeah.
Bad Boys 3 was great. But
he's kind of like Adam Sandler-ish,
I might strike you down.
not to the same level, but he's getting to the point where like, you haven't made a good movie in a couple years now, man.
Bad Boys 3 was pretty good.
But no one saw it.
Tons of people saw it. That's why there's a 4. Anywho, 4's coming out.
Making a 4th one.
Yeah, because they did that well at the box office.
Interesting.
Well, hater.
I am a Slay hater.
Yeah, I thank you for admitting it.
But like you look at Gemini Man and whatever.
I agree, Gemini
Human, whatever, the one with Jaden, when Jaden was like a teenager.
Jaden made that movie flop.
They are both bad.
No, because you know what Will said? He's like, because he says he knows what it takes to make a good movie, and he's like, because Karate Kid was good. I don't hear no one says Karate Kid was good.
It was okay.
And hater. Anyway,
Jackie Chan made that one.
But but what he was saying is he let Jaden do that whole After Earth thing, and like Will Smith acknowledged that movie is trash. He was like, if I would have done it my way, it would have been great, and I believe him. What? Do you have a beef with? You're Team August, aren't you? You probably
no.
Oh yeah,
no. What's that one with Megan? Whatever. Focus. Ugh. Another bad one. What's his last good movie? Hancock. If you want to call that a good movie.
Hancock was. We're
iRobot, probably last good one.
The goddamn robots. We're digressing.
Concussion wasn't that good either.
You know what the title of the episode is gonna be? Will Smith. Cost is a Will Smith hater.
I'm a Will Smith past 2008 hater.
Okay, there we go. Anyway. So. Do we hate August?
No, I don't hate him. The guy took advantage of the situation he was put in. Hey, if your friend's mom comes on you, come on, are you really? The guy said, I get a chance to be with a nice MILF. Why not?
All I'm saying
I'm not gonna hate on him.
He just knew that Jada's Poom Poom was the fountain of youth, and he was like, I have
well.
He's like, I have this disease, and if I put
What's bad is the fact that he came out and said it.
Yo,
that's kind of like, okay.
Like from 1 to 6'9", he's definitely a 6. Like, like you like, yo, you just like dry snitch for no reason.
For no reason.
Just to push the album.
Like, we know you're not doing great on your album sales.
Or I listened.
A couple
to
people know your name, but like,
this album's pretty decent. But that's a different conversation for a different day. But I definitely look at him where it's kind of like, I get what he's saying, like he didn't want to be looked at as a bad person or anything like that, but like, you just fucked up for other people who have situations like this. Like,
yeah,
like you don't just no need to
you're like making yourself be the like villain a little bit
or the victim. But I honestly do
I don't know, he's not the victim.
Oh, God, she had no intentions of being with this man. Oh yeah.
So how's he the victim?
Yeah. Huh?
How's he the victim?
It's like, to me, I'm trying to like waivers where it's kind of like he was all in, but like I feel like Jada always planned to go back to Will. She was just trying to have her fun and getting back to Jada. Mm-hmm. She was just saying that she found out that what she was doing with Og wasn't truly helping her heal. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is, and I think that's the reason why Will was really pissed, because he was really fighting for his marriage. And I believe in their split and break, if I'm using my therapist's mind, where it's kind of like you buy into a process. You're going to take your space on this side of the house. You're taking your space on that side of the house. And if we're following this plan, we're not using our old plan where we're, D'ing down this, you taking this D down somewhere else. Or it's kind of like, let's try something new. And I feel like she just fell into like an old behavior trait. And she was like, and I hate this thing that sometimes females do where like, I just want to, feel different. Where it's kind of like how she was saying that could have had sexual innuendos on it. Mm-hmm. Because it made it look like Will wasn't, satisfying her enough or things like that. But there's also a thing where it's kind of like, she sounded like she was just overall just like, she just wanted to feel good about herself, and using sex or using someone else to do that doesn't really get you to that point. And I feel like people should learn from her in the situation where it's kind of like true healing comes from you getting out that fucking mirror, looking at yourself, and like you fucking doing the work. And as you can see when you did the work, you're like, oh, do I really want to be with Augustine, Salami or Augustine?
Augustine. I'm.
Amine.
What's his actual? It's
August.
August.
August, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Nobody cares what your name is.
So I think. I hope. We start looking at things, differently, in a sense, because what's time? It's 28. Oh, we're doing great. So maybe like 5 or 6 more minutes. But man, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. If this was a guy, that African gif where they got those people in the casket.
Mm-hmm. That's actually one of my favorite memes at the moment. That's a really good one.
That was Will Smith. He's dead. You would have heard, well, you can't say this. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. I would have heard that. Well, Will Smith can't do it. Or
black men do cheat, Robert.
or you see, we can't find no good men out here.
Yeah.
But I see so many chicks caping. They're like, oh, well, if this, and this, now it's our turn. Why complain about something that men do and then want to do it? Why does anyone not take the high road where like we ain't
that
shit?
Takes maturity, Robert.
I'm almost there. Anyway, but do you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's what I said at the beginning, that like I feel like this is really, a lot of people are feeling bad for Will. That's what I'm seeing on social media. Not enough people are giving Jada kind of, the little bit of shit she deserves. If this is as like bad as it looks from the outside perspective, if your theory's correct and that like they weren't supposed to be on a break or whatever, like
No, they were on a break.
or like he didn't give her the pass to like sleep with other men.
Yes.
Then like then she's for the streets. Streets. I've seen that meme quite a bit.
Oh, City Girls, y'all losing.
Yeah.
Y'all take the L.
Yeah.
City Boys is up. Ooh. So you know what that means.
What does it mean?
We could ask for this. We could ask for some demands. We could be like,
Doja Cat must show her tits now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You just caught that L. Everyone who streamed that song, Doja Cat wasn't doing that. You might as well just go search up some biracial tatas on the internet. So we're getting to the moral of the story. Moral of the story is we're gonna have to change that J. Cole song. I want that Jada and Will Love.
Yeah.
But that Jada and Will Love comes with a bad marriage for life. I don't want none of that. That's why I feel like two things. One, we don't talk enough about these I would say Russell Wilson, Ciara are kind of like superstars mainstream, but like the DeVals, they're pretty good relationships, things like that. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like once again, people don't understand what it takes to have a relationship, like in all the trials and tribulation, and then add fame to it, and then add your son, cutting off his hair, and he's an icon living. I'm an icon. I don't like that song.
You don't like that song?
The song is okay.
I played Need for Speed Payback 2-ish years ago. Half of that video game is just that album. Okay. Sire. So I was forced to like that album. Okay. It's okay. For a guy I really don't like, I'll give him a pass on that album.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had to get that out of my system.
That's funny.
So, I would say, once again, just summarizing, we underestimate what the real world looks like, and the real world, words.
Real world.
The real, fucking, like, trials and tribulations of, like, doing all this is, like, putting in the fucking work. That's the real work. Communicating. Being like, oh, I can't do this, or I don't like that. Communicating in all factions. And, like, why is it so fucking uncool to be like, yo, I need this done? Or, like, I want to read, you got to read my mind. Or, I'm not happy. Well, your baseline happy comes from your own foundation, and I should only add to your happiness because you're a prime number, and I'm only an exponent to that. So, I think this is a great showing and telling chip of, like, true teamwork comes from being in the fucking mud. It's not going to be all the way the whole time. 2, having your own defined foundation of what happiness is, and 3, communicating and being on the same page with the partner about the last 2 things I just fucking said, because no one wants to do that, because everyone wants to be like, oh, or how many, let me eat off your plate. Oh my gosh, that infuriates me.
Oh, really?
Well, side note, wait. Okay, we got 2 minutes. Side note, I'm a big man, and I need all the nutrients.
Fair enough.
I would rather just buy an additional plate of food for you than for you, especially if I haven't eaten anything all day. I'm just like, fuck this shit. But I've been in relationships where I'm like, oh, you can't do that, Robert. And I'm just like, fuck, but I'm hungry, and you just ate some food, and you know how many talks I've had about, like, it's because you're doing it, so you just want to eat what I eat. Okay. Okay.
That's how it goes. That's funny.
But nah, I think the internet's, there's definitely gonna be a lot more stuff coming out, but with the last few minutes, I'm curious what Will has done, because did you see at the end of it, Will was like, he's like, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back.
He's gonna be with every white-skinned blonde girl he can find.
Not even. Will, like me, is with the Latin.
Oh, really?
Latina.
You think so?
Of course. Oh yeah.
Interesting. Maybe.
No.
He'll be on his revenge tour though.
You didn't see that?
What?
In the video, when she was like, they were like pretty much talking about getting back to baseline, and then he was like, well, she was like,
Oh yeah, no, I saw his comment. No, I'm saying he'll be on his like comeback season. Johnny Manziel comeback season.
The last part of the clip was like really telling of their relationship. They were like, like I'm pretty sure that shit was longer, but they cut a lot of shit.
Maybe.
But like,
I mean, it was only 12 minutes. I imagine.
Yo, he was so pissed. It was like one of the most "I told you so" boyfriend things, like, or husband things, where like, I fucking told you not to do that shit because where it's kind of like, if you have those different, in relationships where like, hey, you shouldn't do this because this is gonna happen, and then they come back and be like, yep, this definitely happened. I fucking told you.
Yeah, just like at the end too, when he's like, how am I doing? She's like, you're doing fucking great, and he's like, great. Like the way he did that, you could just hear the pain in his voice.
Bro, you had pursuits of happiness, Will. You had 7 pounds, Will, like losing his organs.
See, that's the good Will right there.
Oh my gosh, here you go. Oh, we go back on the hating.
I'm saying that those were the good Wills. The good movies.
You know the Will Smith when his dad was like, he don't want me no more.
Oh, from Fresh Prince, yeah.
Man, that's how I felt. But long story short, Will Smith got rid of Tupac. He was in the car with Suge Knight.
So Will Smith killed Tupac.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he was in the passenger side. He was like, "Oh, you gonna talk to Jada again?" He's like, "Fuck you, Hail Mary this. It's time for a change."
Respect.
If
Will Smith killed Tupac, that is the biggest flex ever.
Revenge season. So if August goes missing in the next 2 months,
if he kills August, give that man an award.
If he goes missing, what else?
Just hangs his head off of something.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm getting graphic.
You're being very graphic. Oh my gosh, our request for monetization might get clipped. But anywho, that is what it is. But long story short, people, Will Smith, good man. He's the white knight.
Good man.
City boys up.
It's what he wants you to believe.
Guys are up, so all I gotta say, women, I'm sorry.
You lost this round. You'll come back again. We know you will. Men are very susceptible to giving up the lead.
Man, does she make it Future look kind of nice?
No.
Next time you get in a situation, be like, we're entangled.
We're entangled.
I took notes.
Okay.
All right. That's it. That was a 37-minute. That was
good.
That was good.
Thank you.